343 Industries replaced the Master Chief. They replaced the Master Chief. How are you going to be doing that? They already did so much. They're replacing Halo, basically. They're trying to renew the whole thing. They might even start from the beginning, just redo it. Which, you know, I don't know. Maybe. But it's in the Unreal Engine, and the Unreal Engine has been known to be kind of samey when you're getting those realistic graphics. And they're going to have to do some interesting things. Some different things. Some unique things to make Unreal Engine look good. And I just don't know if they have it in them. Because, I mean, it looks good. It's Unreal Engine. It's made to look good. But it kind of, when you get, like I said, to the Unreal, or to the realistic looking graphics, everything just looks the same. Because everything's trying to be realistic. Real life looks pretty much the same everywhere you go. There's just slightly different foliage. Anyway, let's get into this video. Never watched a video from this person, I don't think. I might have. I probably have.
Hello everyone, and what a video do we have in store today. For years, people have tried to piece together the development of Halo 4. Why was it so different to past Halo games? Was the newly formed 343 Industries trying to break out of Bungie's shadow? Why were there so many core mechanics changed? Why, in many ways, did it feel like an arcade version of Halo that adopted many traits of Call of Duty? Instant respawns, kill cams, loadouts and score streaks. It's no surprise that 343 Industries wanted to change many things when they took over the franchise from Bungie, but in a recent video published by the voice of the Master Chief, Steve Downes, he said that with the completion of Halo 3's story, fans wanted more. They wanted a Halo 4, and he found himself auditioning for a role he had for the past 10 years. That's a red flag in and of itself. He goes on to say, "We were out, they had new voice actors, and the lines had been recorded. Once early playtesters tried Halo 4, they said the game was great, but they didn't recognize the characters of the Master Chief and Cortana with the new voices." Here's what he said.
I was auditioning for Master Chief 10 years after I had been doing the role. The fans were not done with Halo, and they wanted more, and they anticipated more. It was a whole new, basically a whole new company that was going to be producing the game. Although they had decided that they were going to recast the voice of Master Chief and Cortana, had hired new people, they had recorded their parts, everything was done, we were out. Now, I know none of this other than the fact that I'm not working at the time. And then that changed.
343 has just been mistake after mistake after mistake their entire existence. I don't even get why they even had to, oh, well, yeah, money. They wanted more money. But after Halo 4, they should have just stopped, man. That should have been it. Because it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And we thought maybe it's back when Halo Infinite came out. But nope. They screwed that up even worse than all of them combined.
From people who were beta testing Halo 4 and said they loved the game, but they didn't recognize Master Chief and they didn't recognize Cortana. So that's how we got back involved in the game.
So Steve Downes himself said that he was out, but he had to audition for the role he played for 10 years. And when people heard that, they were annoyed, as they're like, why is he having to audition for the role he's already had? Now, 343 Industries did have a history of changing things that did not need to be changed, and for full transparency, I did a lot of research on this topic before making today's video. Not a single beta build of Halo 4's campaign had changed voices for Cortana or the Master Chief. The motion capture actors also voiced the lines during their sessions, so in terms of time frame, this must have been pretty early on in development. For Steve Downes to be told he's out, that would indicate one of two things. One, 343 originally wanted Halo 4 to be a complete fresh start for Halo, which would indicate the drastic multiplayer changes seen when the game released. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, and yeah, nobody at the time wanted that. Everyone wanted it either a continuation or to just stop. I remember I was a huge fan of Halo. Halo 2, Halo 3, then Halo Reach. Halo 3 ODST was also great. But like, man, when Halo 4 came around, I was just out of it. I didn't want no more. I just wanted them to end it. Because it felt like they were trying to restart everything, and that nobody was having it. Everybody bought it anyway because they had hope that maybe, just maybe, it was going to be what everyone wanted, and it was such a disappointment. They basically changed everything.
that when you think about the campaign then, that they wanted a new voice for the Master Chief. Or 2. They felt like Steve Downes was getting too old, but as we've seen, he went on to voice both Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, so this really wasn't the case. It does raise the question though that today, if Halo Studios truly are remaking the original trilogy, and now Steve Downes is in his 70s, will they recast the voice of the Master Chief? If the next set of games spans over a decade or longer, that's definitely a question they will have to ask. So in saying that, what was a reason that 343 wanted to initially
Or here's an idea. Just can it. Just can it. Just get rid of it. Don't do any more Halos. Because I just don't think that they got it in them. You know what? Use everything that Halo has in it. Make something else. Just use all of the assets. Just make something else. We don't need another Halo. We don't need another Master Chief. Because you've proven yourself. You can't do it right. Just wait. Just wait for some fan games to be made and then hire them to make the next Halo in like 15, 20 years when technology has just gone absolutely crazy.
replace the original voice actors? Well, Josh Holmes, 343 developer, said when doing research for the new Halo 4 title, they completed a small piece of the Halo experience that he described as very traditional Halo. User research showed that people thought this small slice of the traditional Halo experience was a lot of fun. It also showed that the team was capable of making a game that was faithful to those titles before it. And you know what 343 did? They scrapped it, as they said it was too traditional.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
This is what I'm talking about, and I've said it for years.
They didn't want Halo fans to be playing it, was the issue. They wanted all people to be playing it. They wanted new fans. They wanted the Call of Duty fans. They wanted the Battlefield fans. They didn't want the classic Halo fans because they wanted to make as much money as possible. Because that's their whole goal. That was why they were created. It wasn't to continue the love of the series of Halo. It was because Halo was making a lot of money and they couldn't just not do anything with it.
Years all the way up into Halo Infinite, their way of changing things that did not need to be changed, or changing something for the sake of change. You have a winning formula in Halo. You have something people enjoy and love, something that has become a worldwide phenomenon. Why try reinvent the wheel? You have
Literally all they had to do was make another Halo Reach game and take out all of the stuff that people didn't like about Halo Reach, and then boom, you had a Halo 4. Or a Halo spin-off title again.
an original set of games that many people believe to be masterpieces. Why try take the mechanics from other franchises and shove them into something that already works? The effects of this division are still felt to this very day, and even Bungie is partly to blame. Where Halo Reach radically changed the formula, Halo 4 took it another step further. For example, when a player is shot on Halo 4, they will not be taken out of their zoom. When a player is dead, they can instantly respawn and be given a kill cam. Even you guys, right now, when I talk about this, have your own examples from the past 12 years where something you love about Halo that probably didn't need to change was. And when that thing was changed, the series was worse off because of it. My personal recent example is that Halo Studios finally brought back grenade jumping. Why that got taken out to begin with, I'll never understand, as it's been in every single game since Combat Evolved. The real point with this is that not only did 343 decide to not go with the traditional formula, they thought people would resonate more with this new product they're creating. It's
because they thought that people were playing Call of Duty. Everybody's playing Call of Duty. They want more Call of Duty, right? Let's just make another Call of Duty, but with sci-fi stuff. And that's what happened. But people don't want to play two Call of Duties. They play Call of Duty because they want Call of Duty. If they want to play Halo, they're going to play Halo. That's why everybody went back to Reach.
safe to say they got it wrong, as the population for Halo 4 dropped off a cliff shortly after launch. If they had have stuck to the original Halo formula, which at that time was still very, very popular, that player retention for Halo 4 would have been so much better off. Now, if we're talking about Halo 4 design decisions, I have to cover the big one, the iconic quote people love to use. 343 Industries hired people who hated Halo. Now, I found the original quote as well as the clarification made by Frank O'Connor. So I'll read it and then I'll tell you my thoughts. "We had people who we hired who hated Halo because of X," says Frank O'Connor, "but what that really meant was, I feel like this game could be awesome because of Y input. I want to prove it, and I'm passionate about proving it. So we ended up with a bunch of people who are generally passionate about the product. This is a huge advantage, and that helped in hiring and forming our team." Now, if you want my brutally honest opinion on this, the original Halo formula was X, and they hired people who wanted to bring the new formula, Formula Y, to Halo. Formula Y was the Call of Duty mechanics, everything I listed before in the start of the video. They were even so stubborn to say,
Everybody thinks that they're so much better than the people who came before them. They could do it so much better. If you can do it better, why not make your own thing? Oh, you can't make your own thing because it won't make enough money? Halo did it. First try they did it. Why can't you do that? Is it because they're better than you? And they don't like to hear that.
That they want to prove that Formula Y is awesome. Now, I'm not going to sit here and shit on Halo 4, but I'm also glad the series hasn't continued to go that way. It's a fun arcade shooter to enjoy every now and then, but the fact of the matter is,
No, not if you're going back to play Halo 4, because there's so many better games than Halo 4 that are very similar from back then, such as Crisis. Crisis is actually pretty fun if you ever played the Crisis 3 online, because that was basically Call of Duty with sci-fi mechanics. Not very many people played it, because I don't think people resonated with the Crisis series, which was awesome. I actually really enjoyed the Crisis multiplayer. Might have had bad servers, I don't know. I didn't play it much. I played it more than the Halo games back then. I probably put in about 100 hours into the online for Crisis 3.
It did not resonate with many people. Halo 4 is a hybrid of Call of Duty and Halo. In 2012, if people wanted Formula Y, if they wanted that Call of Duty experience, they just played Black Ops 2. But then if they wanted that true authentic Halo experience, that wasn't what Halo 4 offered. Why nobody saw that when the game was being developed, I will never understand. People love Halo for Halo. People love Call of Duty for Call of Duty.
Because you got a bunch of people who don't know what they're talking about or what they're doing, and they see the biggest games on the market, and they're like, well, we have to do that because these things are making them the biggest games on the market. People love this kind of stuff. But they only love the stuff because that's the only thing that's doing it. And they want other things from other games. That they don't just want to play the same game over and over again. If that was the case, they would just make one game and keep monetizing it. But obviously they can't just do that, or they wouldn't be making a game every year and also monetizing it.
You have a winning formula that is one of the most powerful gaming franchises on the planet. Why would you change that? Halo 4 did not nail the traditional Halo experience, as the developers who were hired didn't even resonate with the original Halo experience. They resonated with Formula Y, Call of Duty. It baffles me to even say that to this very day. Now, in regards to hiring, there's been many Bungie developers who said, look, it might not be that way at 343/Halo Studios anymore, and I even messaged some devs today who confirmed, no, this is no longer the case, but because 343 Industries at the time was hiring for Formula Y and not the original traditional Halo experience, many ex-Bungie developers did feel like they got overlooked when seeking positions at the newly formed studio. That old Bungie traditional formula, frankly, wasn't what they were looking for, and it explains why in many ways Halo 4 was so vastly different to the Bungie era games. It also explains why Steve Downes felt like he was out and that he had to re-audition. The point of this video is to learn from past mistakes in history. You have a powerhouse franchise, Microsoft, so strong that if you release one banger game, Halo can be one of the juggernauts in the industry again. Learn from these past mistakes. Take the time to respect the legacy of what made Halo great. Nail that art style. Nail that gameplay. And nail the soul of what Halo truly is. In today's gaming climate, people just want a good, finished Halo game. Nail that.
Is that what we're gonna get? Is it, you think it's gonna be good with good art style? It's gonna bring back Halo? You think he's gonna do it?
Do not release it until it is ready, and respect the legacy of...
Dude, Is it going to be a finished game when it comes out? You think they'll do that? I doubt it. It's going to come out a broken mess, incomplete, with features missing that they're going to introduce later.
What came before. So with that said, thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I hope this was informative, and I'll see you guys later.
Maybe they should just like make a couple of smaller games similar to ODST. I'd actually like to see that before a whole big Halo game. Show that they can really nail that Halo style, or get their own Halo style, because that Call of Duty like style from Halo 4 that ain't working, and that open world nonsense from Halo Infinite, what was that? Don't do that no more. Just go back, original Halo, a lot of crazy space stuff, not like in space, but crazy sci-fi stuff that doesn't look like Mass Effect, because it's got to look like Halo, but crazier. Get crazier with it. Go over the top, like straight up change everything, change how everything works with how everything looks. Kind of like how Doom the Dark Ages is doing, where they're like, well, shit, we don't really know where to go from here to make it interesting. Put it in Middle Ages. Like something like that. Not Halo and Middle Ages, don't do that. But just go wild, go different with it. But keep that traditional Halo gameplay and style. I don't know. I don't trust them. I don't think they'll be able to do it.